for Let's Get Talking today. He's been acting and modeling for more than a decade, and now he's turning heads on the hit new CBS daytime soap. They're back. Beyond the Gates, let's welcome the breakout star himself, Brandon Claybon. Come on out, Brandon.
How's it going, guys? Show, thank you so much.
Brandon, good to see you, man. Have a seat. We're gonna get you involved in a little tradition here at New York Living, and it is called. Are you ready? Let's get talking. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
All right, Halloween is on Friday, so you might be watching some scary movies. You got a favorite?
Hocus Pocus.
All right,
my favorite.
A classic one there. Well, this might be hard to believe, but 3 in 10 adults still afraid of the dark, and more men are afraid than women. So, are you afraid of the dark?
Not at all.
No?
When I like to go to sleep, it's pitch black.
Okay.
I love the darkness, so I'm not a part of that group.
I'm with Brandon, man. I want the blackout shades. I want it as dark as possible.
Yes.
But you also probably travel for work, so you're like, you're in a hotel room, your schedule's changed, so you got to sleep in the dark.
Yeah, you got to. And I feel like if you cut everything off, you'll go to sleep faster.
Oh, listen, I'm totally with you. And it's not, I said this earlier, it's not the ghosts and goblins that have me scared of the dark these days. It's the Legos and dinosaur toys that are on the floor that I won't see as I get up to go to the bathroom and bang my shin and step on things. But apparently, a quarter of adults are afraid of the dark. Some of them still sleep with stuffed animals. 1 in 10, I think it was, to get them through that tough time there.
And some sleep with a night light on.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. So, okay, so here's the deal. So we know that the 3 of us are pretty much not in the afraid of the dark, but tell us what you think at home, because this is our question of the day. Are you afraid of the dark, or are you more afraid of cockroaches? Brandon, how would you vote on this?
Cockroaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
For sure. I am the manliest man in the world until there's a mouse or a cockroach in the house, and I'm like, I'm up on the counter. It's not good. Scan the QR code on your screen. You can vote in real time, and of course, at the end of the show, we'll tell you what people said.
You mix those 2 things together, then it's absolutely terrifying, though. The dark and cockroaches. You feel something crawl over your face.
Oh. Okay, next up, we've got one totally unrelated to Halloween. This is an interesting question, and for a guy who's on a daytime drama,
for him.
Is it ever okay to keep secrets from your significant other? Are there things that you just don't tell them?
I believe so. One is the passcode to your cell phone.
Oh, okay.
Really?
I feel like it's your cell phone, and you should only have it. The next one might be life insurance policy.
Really?
Don't let them know.
See, I think the cell phone, though, that's like Pandora's box. If you're keeping the cell phone code, there's a lot of secrets in there.
Well, I mean, there could be, but if you go looking for trouble, you might just find
You might just find?
So don't. Just don't
Interesting.
I'm with you. Ignorance sometimes is bliss. Well, apparently psychologists say there are 2 instances when honesty isn't the best policy. One is maybe you don't want to share too much about that past romantic relationship or sexual experiences with other people.
The body count.
Listen, I think sometimes, though, right, there's a difference between keeping a secret and just not talking about certain things, right? Like, it's different if somebody comes out and asks you, and then, all right, I'll offer that. But like you said, sometimes if you go looking for trouble, you're going to find it there.
You're going to find it sooner or later.
Do you, in relationships, do you ever talk about old loves, old romantic encounters?
Of course, I think you should, just to see, what your past was and where you're going in the future.
You want to know where that emotional trauma and those scars come from.
I think you've got to be I think you've got to like have a really good sense of yourself, and you cannot be fragile ego-wise, right? Because if if somebody, I've been married for a long, long time, but if somebody's making a list of who they've been with before they were with you, and that makes you nervous or it makes you feel less than, that's about you.
Yeah,
right? That's not about them.
When it takes, a few minutes and they got to turn the page over, then I might start feeling a little bit insecure. All right, one other time that you might want to keep it secret, it might be best to keep your attractions to other people that you don't plan on acting on yourself. I think that makes perfect sense.
No, I think you should be totally upfront.
Really?
Let them know.
I like this guy. Brandon, I like it.
I mean, because whoever you're with should be so confident in who they are, no matter who you see,
But here's the thing. I mean, if you go out there and you're saying, walking down the street, you're in New York City with your significant other, and you say, oh, look how beautiful that woman is, or that man is, right? Yeah. Like, do you need to go out there and say that if you're not going to act on anything there? It's like observing art at the museum.
Exactly. It's like observing art. So why not say it with your partner, whoever you're with, and admire the beauty together?
Listen, I know that when my wife watches the show Vikings, it is not for the plot. Okay, that is adult content to her, and that's okay as long as Alexander Skarsgård doesn't show up at our front door. Yeah. I know that I'm safe, right? So like, it's fine if you find somebody else beautiful, but that's a big deal.
So you're dressing up as a Viking from Halloween?
So I'm going to try to get 5 inches taller and ripped abs for Halloween. Good luck.
All right. Well, I'm sure you've probably heard about the trad wives, traditional wives. Yeah. But there's a new movement called Trad Sons. Have you guys heard about this one?
I have.
I have not.
All right.
No.
Well, see, we should. The Italians, I feel like, have been doing this for a long time. It refers to men in their 20s and 30s who live at home with their parents. They're embracing those domestic responsibilities like cooking and cleaning. That might be the difference there. They don't clock in to a 9 to 5 or pay bills here. What do you guys think about this movement?
Yeah, what do you think? You guys staying at home, 20 or 30-year-old men moving home.
I like it. You know, especially in this day and age, life is hard. So if you can stay home with your parents and also be helpful, I have no issues with it. As long as you live. I mean, if you're 50, 60, and your parents are still alive, stay with them.
Boy, I'm a little bit old school. I'm a little bit in the get a job category. Like, look, if my kids want to move home to save money and to save up to buy a place, I totally get it. It's awful out there in the real estate and the job market. But if you are staying home unemployed just to do the dishes, then I have failed you. As a dad, I have failed to prepare you for the world.
But it's more than just the dishes. It's everything. Keeping the house clean, keeping a schedule.
Which is a job in and of itself, right? That is evidenced by the fact that my house is not usually clean because my wife and I both work. I have 2 sons, 8 and 6. We're making sure they're filling those roles now. So the dishes, the garbage, cleaning up after yourself.
But also, your parents get older. Yeah. I mean, how nice of it to lend your time and energy into taking care of them.
I do think, though, it depends on the house we're talking about that we're living in here. Because if you're in a small New York City apartment with your kids at 20 and 30, it's a little different than if you've got, a nice larger place in the suburbs where you can be in the East Wing rather than in the main quarters.
Get a job! Get a job! Sorry, I'm being an old man. Get a job!
We want to know what you think. Hey, you can let us know on social media. Hit us up on the Instagram page. All right, we got to get to the business of revenge, blackmail, and a good slap.
Yes!
It's not just what happens every morning behind the scenes here on New York Living. It's also the 3 staples of any good soap opera.
Yeah, and you get all of that and more in Beyond the Gates, popular new soap, and the first daytime drama with a cast made up entirely of black actors. Among the stars of the show, Brandon Claybon plays congressman with a dark secret. Of course he does. Take a look.
When that white man put his hands on my granddad, something inside of me snapped, and I couldn't control it, and I didn't want to control it. I just wanted to protect him, and I wanted to stand against that hate, stand against everything that they stood for. I still can't believe I did it.
Oh, I like it. Please welcome Congressman Martin Richardson, a.k.a. actor Brandon Claybon. Brandon, first of all, great scene, very intense. Can you give us a little backstory on that? What are we seeing?
Thank you. Well, that's me telling Smitty, Martin's husband, about the night that happened 2 years ago with basically me and my grandfather were coming back from a political event, which Vernon Dupree was a senator. And we had 2 racist guys stop us on the country road and try to attack my grandfather. So I had to defend him, of course. And in the process of that, Martin killed one of those guys. So that was a big secret to hold on for.
I said it's been covered up. You had to cover it up.
Had to.
And Smitty's just finding out about this now.
He's just finding
out. That is heavy. Maybe one more secret we've been keeping from our partners on the theme.
So yeah, there's the third thing. Yeah. You never tell your partner.
Well, the show has been renewed for a 2nd season. Anything different we can expect here?
Just more drama.
Okay.
More sex. More rock and roll.
I love it.
Yes. All right, I got to add this to my viewing calendar because that's pretty. I like all the things.
The trad sons at home who are, in between loads of dishes and doing the laundry, soaps are back for
They are watching their stories. Did you watch daytime drama? Did you when you were growing up? Did you ever see them? Did you love them? Did you hate them?
I did with my my grandmother. She loved The Young and the Restless. Watching people like Christophe St. John and Victoria Rawell and Shamar Moore. This was back in the 90s, and yeah, it's just amazing to be here now.
I feel like when Grandma watched you, that was it. When she watched your programs, anybody she was taking, sit down right here. It's time for the show. We'll get back to everything afterward.
A little Price is Right,
Yes.
and then time for the stories.
You know it.
And it's really demanding. Like shooting a soap is really demanding work as an actor. It takes a lot of stamina. Yeah?
Well, it can be, but you get in a routine just like anything else. So it's a muscle. And so we just work it out.
Now, you're originally from Tennessee.
Yes.
But I understand you've become bi-coastal now. How have you embraced Los Angeles and New York here?
Well, New York is my favorite city.
Okay.
I actually lived here for a little bit right after college. Stayed in Brooklyn, Clinton Hill, Fort Greene
Love
area.
it. I'm a
Nice.
Brooklyn boy.
And I love New York. And LA is amazing as well. It's my second home.
No, it's okay. You're here on the East Coast now. You can just talk
We're
about
not talking about LA here.
But yeah, I love both cities
and I
for
understand
different reasons.
You're a tennis player as well?
Yeah, big
Yes.
tennis player.
Who's your favorite tennis player?
Favorite man right now is Carlos Alcaraz.
Yep.
Yeah.
All time, Roger Federer.
Okay.
Favorite woman is Venus Williams, and I got to see them both this year at the U.S. Open.
Very cool.
Nice.
Are you a serve and volley guy, or do you play from the baseline?
No, I'm a baseline.
All right.
Yeah, power player.
Joe's just trying to decide if he wants to play you or not. So
let's go. I'm ready.
Okay, since we're talking about New York, let's do some this or that. You ready?
Yes.
We're going to throw two things at you. You just tell us this or that. Pizza or bagel?
Pizza.
Subway or walk?
Walk.
I think we know the answer here. U.S. Open or Wimbledon?
Oh, wow.
Come on now. Come on now. New York.
Since I'm here, U.S. Open.
Yeah, you better. You better.
Fancy restaurant or a hole-in-the-wall joint?
Oh, both. I need both. You know, you get somebody that can do both.
Time and place.
Yeah.
Okay. How about this one for Halloween candy? Because this is a very divisive topic.
Yes.
Candy corn.
No.
Yes or gross?
Gross.
Okay. All right. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I'm
You're
not
not wrong.
with the candy corn. All right, favorite Halloween costume you've worn?
Favorite Halloween costume? I was Scar last year
From Lion King?
from Lion King.
Oh, I like
That's
that.
a
was
good
pretty
one.
good.
That's
Yeah.
dark, man.
It is, but it's a good one, right?
I appreciate it. Do you have the whole pride with you? Do you have the hyenas or?
No, it was just me.
All right, fair enough. Brandon Claybon, thank you so much for coming
Thank
on
you,
the
guys.
show. We
I
really
really
appreciate
appreciate
it,
you
Thank you.
taking part. Check out Beyond the Gates.
Yes.
It airs weekdays, and you can follow Brandon on IG. What's the IG handle, Brandon?
Just my name, Brandon Claybon.
Makes it nice and easy.
Nice.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, guys.